Yes, demand zone remain unchanged because 4 hour time frame, I'm still seeing that. But supply zone, 58.88, 59.93, and 59.22, 59.27, right? NQ broke out. If you look at NQ, it broke out, daily broke out, I called out, and then the first target is here. And the second target, it was, second target was 20629, 20659. It blew through that. So what I see when MAGA tickers all flying high, like literally flying high, but yes, it couldn't take this zone out. It couldn't go to the second supply zone. And as soon as 15 minutes reversal, you have the permission. I mean, this is uptrend. So as soon as 58.91, you can short, right? But if dropping below 58.84, what did my plan say? There's no demand zone. 58.60 is minor support. But again, coming back to the most basics, price has been coming in and out in the zone many times, which make it very not fresh. So if you're shorting, you're taking profit here, taking profit here, and then move your stop loss down. Or the least you do, you get out your long and then watch it, see what's happening, right? So that's what the mindset was. So what I did, I shorted here and then I said, hey, I don't know whether you guys noticed that yes, 15 and 30 minutes, even 60 minutes, right? Clear. If you have 60 minutes reversal, that's even more clear signal. Like that's just basic stretch, right? Nothing new. So stretch exactly here, right? 212 or 22. In this case, the 22 and then down, break down bearish. So if you didn't short it, you should exit your long. And theoretically speaking, we have low, higher low, higher low, high, higher high. So the chance could go back up from here is still very high, but it's really deep. That's how market is. They're bad. Like I said, if I were a market maker, I'd be really bad. I push the market down to here all the way. But then that make it too easy because, okay, so what do you do here? Are you going long? You might get chopped. Or are you going short? We don't know. So we'll wait and see. You could start to do a little bit long position on the NQ because it dropped deeper. But if you look at 240 minutes, 240 minutes, here is a liquidity gap. If you follow the guide ICT, so that's why it stopped here. But if you stretch, see the MACD just about to cross over to the downside and it dropped with a huge volume. It should at least come down here, right? Stretch like like 222 reversal down should at least come down to 20430. So we'll wait and see what's happening because here is a good demand zone. And so with earnings coming, election coming, so people be careful. Taking profit is normal. Okay, so that's that. And okay, trading with Jade. Where is the where is not showing? What? Hold on. Okay, where is the here? Oh my god. Okay, so I designed this PPC last year sometimes. And so this is disclaimer is not financial advice, it's just how I treat, I share my experience. Okay, so we're gonna talk about psychology part of you. Like you have to know your personality. Like for me, my long-term portfolio, my retirement account is absolutely off option. I don't do any option in my retirement account. I don't do any risky tickers. But in my personal account, I do all kind of shit. Like NDS, SPX, this and that, day trading, scalping. But in my retirement account, why there's two person the same name? So I don't do anything like that. So what kind of trader are you? Like, are you into swing tradings? Like, that's why we have, if you look at our Discord, we have swing channels and we have long-term portfolio channel, right? So which one are you? Are you like long-term, like you have a list of tickers and when you come to a day like yesterday, you take profit and then you have a level you're watching, you add on, or you're a day trader or you're a future trader. So that personality really defines your trading style. And the second most important thing is risk management. Like most people fail on this. And if you look at all the famous traders, like Larry Williams, he blew his account multiple times. And the worst time he almost gave up. And then he come up with this William% R indicator. And now he's really, really good at predicting cycles, trading cycles, like when it's the bottom, when it's up. He has a whole bunch of asset classes or tickers he watched and then, design his trading cycles. So every year, this time toward the year end, he come up with a report you can buy. Anyway, so I've been following him for years. And then the guy, Mark Minervini, my method is very close to his. He's 3 times world trading champion, but he failed multiple times too. And so later on, he became very successful because he stayed disciplined. There is one period of time, Larry Williams, the guy has like a percent R indicator, that's his indicator. And the second guy is Mark Minervini. And if you read Mark's book, he has 2-3 books. I read them all, and I actually made a summary, like trade and things like a champion. And his method, if you look deeper, check my swing ticker and then how I do my market recap, very, very close to his. And except our entries, he had 2 cheating entries. He has regular entry and cheating entry. So I'm more like his cheating entry. And I will sometimes during the market recap, you hear me talking about certain tickers. This is where we enter the trade. Like we make a 30%, 40%, but we are in the trade for 2-3 months. But Mark entered in the trade for like 2-3 weeks and he make about 10%. So it's give and take. So you always know your personality. Like my personality, I don't mind staying in the trade for 3 months and make 40%. And that's why I keep saying some people are really good. I know some of you came from Sam's group. He is master of 0 DTE trading option. But if you don't know what he's doing, you follow he asked me, he said, Jade, bring your student over. I said, no, I can't. If I cannot follow you, my student will lose their pants and underwears, houses. I cannot let my student, do that. But if they voluntarily want to try it out, I have no way to stop them, right? So I'm in Sam's group, but I barely take his trade. Unless some of the trades already on my in my weekly plan. You know, some you have been in my Discord for a little bit time, and you see every trade we take mostly prepared, like well calculated risk and reward ahead of time. So we have stop loss, entry, and target. So without doing that, I'll be at a total loss. And that's why, even though I'm in Sam's group, I probably took 5 trades of his, and 2 of them are losers, 3 of them are winner. But I rarely take, and I never share his trade in our group because I know our students cannot follow, or some of his trades we already have in ours. Okay, so how much is your allowable stop losses? We'll talk about in details. Plan your trades on weekend, like today, I would go through many tickers and see which one is wave 3, wave 5, because we want to trade the explosive move. So you have to scan a whole bunch of tickers. If any of you are really good at IT, I don't mind you guys design a scanner using my method, but so far I don't have it yet. And I have my husband, IT guy, and I tried to ask him, but he couldn't come up with one. And a friend of mine worked for Oracle and is technical director guy, so he's really good, but he couldn't come up with one either. So anyway, so once you have all your plan, you treat your plan. I don't care how good people are. If I don't understand their mindset, I don't take their trades. Okay, so next. So trading style, risk management, we talk about. This is okay. So what asset classes you're interested? Like it also depending on your account size, right? Your working schedules. So if you work full time, it will be very hard to do 0DTE options. But you can trade futures using larger time frame, right? You can automate everything, like using the levels again. You can say, okay, I will short ES if ES smaller than 58.84. And then your target, you can preset your target 1, 58.60, target 2, 58.50, and target 3. And then you just you can set a trailing stop, right? Either with a percent or 5 minutes candle. So you have to know yourself. So if you are like I'm myself, I'm more of swing trader. After I've been in the market for 10 years almost now, and all the mistakes you guys made, I probably made worse. And I'm never shy sharing my mistakes. Like I told you guys at the very beginning a few years back, one trade platinum future, I lost 150,000. And my husband begging me, please just take the loss. And SEC sent me a letter saying that I'm manipulating the platinum future market, which I wasn't. And what the real reason was, I entered too soon, and platinum market is very manipulated, very small amount of volume. I didn't know at the time. We're talking about 5-7 years ago now. So I keep moving my stop loss, and at the end I said, I'm like already this deep in the water. Why the hell even with stop loss? I'm just gonna. So it's just between me and the market maker. There's no one in between now. And so the market maker held out. He said, I'm not going to lose a whole bunch of money to this lady. And then this lady said, I'm going to hold out. My account is big enough. I'm literally using like over $1.5 million capital on that trade. It's crazy. I'm telling you, I would never do something like that again. but you didn't know because you're so young and not young in age, but in the trading era, you're like, hey, I'm hoping. Hoping is not a strategy. So I know my personality. I cut my loss very fast. I'm telling you, so we designed a whole bunch of trade over the weekend, right? So as soon as ES dropped below 58.84 and the tickers didn't go green with a big day like yesterday, cut loss immediately. I was just like emotionless, cut loss as soon as I think the market's going to turn down to the downside. And a big day like this, they don't move, then they are not going to make the cut. So that's my personality. I know my personality very well. And that's why you see it. I do a lot of swing tickers in the swing channel. So we're probably going to do more and more. I will still share day trading ideas, but honestly, big money is made. If you look at Larry Williams, he does future, and he trades usually after this October, November drop, and you buy into it, and he holds to the Q1, Q2. That's his way of trading. Mark said there is an over almost a year he didn't take any trades because he couldn't find a setup meeting his criteria. So weigh as yourself, you have to have principle. And when people come to my Discord, I do a lot of one-on-one. You know, we did a lot of one-on-one. Say, how big is your account size? What asset class you do? So for small accounts, I don't recommend any. Like you want to go with bigger move, ticker faster move tickers, but good tickers. Like if Amazon, Microsoft, or ARM, or CrowdStrike, those one have a really high daily average true range, right? So when they move, they can move $5, $7 a day versus like American Airlines, right? They don't move as much. So if you have a smaller account, you stick to a good ticker. When it's come to the level you're interested, you buy in and then you hold to the maturity, meaning to the target, and you make it 20, 30%. And then you move on to the next ticker. So are you long-term investor? Like all the money I make, I usually just put it in the QQQ. Like the end of the day, I QQQ, buy QQQ, and then I have Costco, I have Home Depot, I have what else? I forgot. SOXX, IZV, a few ETFs and a few tickers that I'm going. Home Depot, like Lowe's, this kind of ticker. I'm Walmart. The only grocery store in my town is Walmart. So those are the tickers that I have like a bi-weekly deposit. And so those are and then I do swing trading, profits goes here, and I don't even look at that account. So next. So risk management, I usually allow, depending your account size, if you have $1 million account, 1%, that's huge. So you can't allow that. You have to maybe 5%, 10% of your trade. Like, so okay, or a future, as soon as you break the pivot low, you're out. Like yesterday, you're shorting at 58.90. And it turned back up, blow through the pivot point. It turned back up, blew through the 505901. Then you should cut loss because you're clearly you're wrong. We're wrong in the direction. So we have to admit it, be honest with ourselves, and don't hope. Okay, so you always have a little bit cash on the side just in case. especially if you sell cash secure put, you definitely have to have cash in case it dropped to below your strike and you have to receive the shares, right? So you always, your trade, like if for the ones you guys trade zero DTE options, I know Sam always say zero or hero, but like I talked to about 5, 6 of them behind the scene, and they like so obsessed with 100 contracts. I'm like, okay, what's up with 100 contracts? Like, why do you have to do 100? So NDX, I did November 8, November 8. So if I push 40, it doesn't show. So 20550, and I showed my trade yesterday. When I entered, it was 320. So yesterday at closing, it was 450. So I did 6 contracts. So I made 70,000. I don't have to do 100 contracts to make that money. I mean, could you have done, I guess we can do yesterday. Could you have done like 2055 like Monday? You could, and your return reward is bigger. Yes, definitely, because shorter TTE, right? And but what if it doesn't go? I was watching the NDX chart whole day. I literally watched it on the 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and so I entered at here, this green candle. I thought, oh my God, this is gonna drop. And then in very short time, I was short over 20K. So for many people, they say, oh my God, 20K, like I need to take stop loss. But I can watch, meanwhile, SPX is dropping. So I got it, but it's so slow. It's very slow. So I took profit here, uh, and then it went back up. I entered again, and I took profit. I entered again, and then now you have. I really should be like on a larger time frame, 30 minutes here. So you have two, two, two. You reverse it down and retest, and then drop. And I know the target should be at least here. So when the target hit here, I switched to QQQ put. But then when I see this candle, I got out breaking even. But I think this could go back up, like this the consolidation, right? So we'll see tomorrow, like here, it's not the same as here, right? So you're having 3 sticks together and dropping momentum. We'll see it whether MACD. And as long as the price goes above 3 moving averages, we should see targets like something like this. So yeah, this is your target. Like anyway, so I always have proper risk management. And for me yesterday, I felt a little bit kind of a little bit really like risky gambling kind of thing. I felt bad, even though I made money, but it's not a good way. Anyways, but that's kind of suitable in my account size. I can do it. But for you, you should never use your full account to trade one ticker because Sam said it, because Jade said it. Even God tell you that you shouldn't do that unless you say, okay, I'm down 20%, I'm out. Okay. So plan your trades. That's why I can never get used to someone not sharing anything ahead of time and then just jump into the ocean, swim with the current. It's not my personality. It's not me. So I always plan my trades. In our Discord, every single trade is plan. Some I called out in the morning through Discord voice, hey, this is ready to go. But most of them are really, but zero DTE trading is different, right? Because you have to assess like situation at real time, so you can't really fully put, but it still should within your trading plan. Like our plan say that, okay, the target is up one, target two, target two is where you take profit in supply zone, and then watch for reversal, right? I said we either reverse at 58.70, but it blew through even before market open. So now we'll watch like a drop below 58.84. That's 60 minutes reversal down. Okay, so now we have a plan. Now you see in the using the stretch 60 minutes already below 58.84. You have permission to short. Of course, I have been using stretch reversal trading. My entire strategy is involving reversal trades. I don't do breakout trade much, mainly reversal. So that's my strength. And so I trust myself like completely. But if you follow me long enough and if you know the power of stretch, so like August 5th drop, as soon as the drop below weekly breakdown, we know where this thing is going. And if you're shorting, you just keep managing your stop loss, where to take your profit, right? So and so in the like weekend newsletter, like I always do weekly newsletter. What I do, I see, okay, so what is coming next, right? So I'll go through S&P sectors and I'll see, okay, sector healthcare may be ready to go. And what are the key leaders? And I'll go each ticker, the top 10 and their charts, and then pick the ones that are ready to go. That's my like every ticker of them, like every weekend, I'll do the same and scan. So okay, so my TOS is not working, so but we can kind of. So this is clearly ready to go, right? Daily breakout, right? Target one is here. Target two is like target two really here. So, and SOXX is ready to go, right? Here, stick together, target one hit, target two is next. That's the strat, there's nothing else, pure strat. I don't even use, what is that, Fibonacci? Sometimes I do, just, but it won't line up with my level. Just trust me. So XLK here, is that similarity? Like every time hitting this level going to go, right? So that's why I think the mega ticker earning, the market will pop more. Okay, do we know for sure? No, we don't know for sure. That's why sometimes I go through all the mega tickers on the hourly time frame. If they tell me all wave 5 on hourly and line up with Q's wave up, and I know the probability for this going up is very high. And then we have to watch the key levels. So okay, that's my confirmation. It's going, right? Okay. So XZ, what do you see? Here, and so actually it hit my target already. But now if I do major move, IGV should go at least here, 97. So what's in IGV, right? Like CrowdStrike, CRM, Adobe. That's why yesterday I bought Adobe. Adobe hasn't really been consolidating. So that's your target here. XLC, what do you see here? Very similar, right? I mean, it just right jump on your eye. And so our enter, we usually use what, 30 minutes. Look at this. And the same thing as option. You have three stick together and then you know your target. So on large time frame, you know your target, right? So your first target would be the high over here. And I don't think there is any higher. That's the all-time high. So beyond that, sky is the limit, right? So now we established, and okay, so hitting here, really here, you take profit. I would take 80% or 60, 70%, and then move your stop loss up, right? So as soon as you see this two, and this red, the red didn't make a new high, notice. And then as soon break below this candle, your full position out, because you know it's gonna come back down, right? And using straight where the target is, it's gonna be here, right? The first downside target is here. And what is stopping here? Yeah, there's nothing stopping here. So the high chance is come back down here. And this is your second target. Or if you don't want to short it, you can do day trading shares. Like, so, okay, I'm gonna do this. You can do, okay, I'm shorting. Right, I'm shorting, and now where is my stop loss? That's too high. My stop loss should be the pivot point here. Okay, so you can either, oh my God, I'm being really, really not conservative. Okay, so your first target here, you can either activate your entire position, or you can do this. You said, okay, I'm gonna do two target, one stop loss. And you sometimes you have to define how much they each, right? What did I do? Okay, so my stop loss here. So this is my first target. This is my second target here. Why did I put it here, not here? Because here clearly is the support flip zone. Okay, so as soon as your first target hit, you move your stop loss down to at least this your entry, right? So the second half. So you have to plan yourself like that on the weekends. And you don't over the time, you don't need me, you don't need Sam, you don't need anyone because you know what you're doing. See, you know what you're doing. Clear. Look, all the stars line up. That's how you take your tree, right? And I said on the weekly newsletter, I said X and Y will catch up on the map on the popping. And so look at 2 days, gap and go. So you hit the, and I already give 1, 2, 3. 3 gonna be should be somewhere here, and 4 and 5, right? So your first target will be here in case of fake breakout. And but if you really use measure move to do it, I'll say, okay, this is my 3, and my measure move should be something like that. So your final target should somewhere near there. Some people call this box technique. I don't know what it's called. I just call it measure move. Okay, so that could be my final target. And what's in X and Y? Well, Tesla, Amazon, right? Tesla has been going nuts. When everybody gave up on Tesla, I said, no, Tesla is the future. I mean, I'm not lying. Everything I said is recorded, right? In our Discord. The final target 275. This has been marked for months, right? So like micro strategy, we know the target way ahead. So we never, this is my target. When it was here, but it blew through it, retested. I think it's gonna go. This is my hourly time frame target. But if you look at Bitcoin, my final target is 80 here, 80,000. You can probably go long again on Monday. Okay, so it's in this level. So we said this is weekly level. Now this week has changed, right? There was previous week, not last week. The week before last week, 50%. Dropping below it, the chance is high gonna come back down here. But it went back up. So we'll see how it goes. Here it looked like wanna go back up. But we'll see what's happening. Okay, so go back to this slide. So when you do 0-day trading, like yes, I have a set of things that I watch. Usually in the morning, you see my morning from 6:30 to 7 anytime. I start to update. And I said, hey, what dollar is doing? Dollar, this 3 levels has been drawn for a long time, right? So gold, that was our gold entry. And this is the very bottom I called out. So if gold start to drop, commodity is going to go up, right? So what do? You go long on copper, on silver, on gold kind of per se. But gold sometimes is a little oddball. Gold, it doesn't really follow the rule as much as silver and copper. If you see, go back to do back testing, dollar rally like this, copper, silver, probably gonna be like either ranging or not going up huge. So on the dollar down days, copper, silver go up like crazy. So do some back testing, and that's the reason why, right? So okay, so you see me saying, okay, TNX yield, it's going up or going down. That's impacting our disposition, right? So we went long on the call here, and then I said first target, it hit at like one teeny tiny, one tick, two tick over, and then drop to the entry. So now you can redo it. I do believe this is gonna turn back down soon. So that's like certain things I'm saying in the Discord in the morning. None of them are wasted. Everything I say is well thought of. And so in the morning, I always send this chart, right? Like S&P sectors. You want to see which sector are leading. And then if you want to do like scalping, okay, it said XLE, like this SM, that's why we did AMD, right? Pre-market yesterday morning. Yesterday morning, pre-market, AMD clearly look ready, right? It's not quite ready, but you have low, higher, low, higher, low, high, higher, high, uptrend, right? So our name in Chinese is called trade with trend. We always, when the market going up, is you buy at the desired demand zone. So now I bought pre-market and I sold. Okay, it's not a big deal, but hey, look, I bought 1,000 shares and I made 3,000, 4,000 bucks in a few minutes. That is a big deal. Okay, it might not be like 40,000. No, I don't care if someone made 40 or 50. 4,000 is good enough for me. One trade. So I'm very happy. And this is just the beginning. I have very high target for AMD here. And I hold shitload of shares, more than I should maybe. Anyways, but you have to know how to hedge it when it drop, and you can still. So often you see me saying the market is going up, but the trend it's going up really high. So I don't know whether you guys know what trend is. Uh, so trend usually is between somewhere 1.5 or 2 the max extreme. So I have like a 0.5 and then 1.5 drawn line. And if you see market going up and this trend, look, going up like crazy, it's fake breakout. It's fake rally. You'll come back down. Do I know it's coming back down the same day? Very likely. And that's also why I went on the puts, right? So this all taught, all recordings, everything, all what I'm talking about has recordings in our Discord. And add tick. So if you see market going up, let me open the page. Okay, so I have a page on my other screen. So okay, so this all the internals, put call ratio, trend, VIX, and tick and add. So this is extreme. So if you see the market going up and tick and add is coming back down, that tells me market breadth is weakening. So you can't really go long. This market can't go long. It will come back down. And that was happened yesterday, right? Look, add is at extreme and drop, right? This at a very extreme. And you know this can last. It has to come back down. And it'll all the stars line up and you go in with a trade. And that's why I went pretty heavily in there. And anyway, so okay, so my methodology, let me see. Let me see my methodology. Okay, I want to start it here, and there's a reason why. You guys can see the slides, okay, like clear. Okay, so what is your trading purpose? Like, are you doing swing trading like a lot of the daytime tickers? Um, or you're doing day trading. So different trading time frame, you have to check trend on the different time frames, right? So on the daily time frame, I said, okay, wave 5 coming. So basically, you have to hold that trade for at least 2 months. And we did, Julia, actually, she's here. She did a summary on all the long-term portfolio ticker. And so the winning rate was more than 97%. And taking about 2 to 3 months work out the trade. And that's daily time frame. Right, Julia? So Julia did that. And I spent last weekend, Saturday, I spent 2 hours to summarize the swing ticker. And I only went through January, February, and I published it in our chat channel. The winning rate is ridiculous, 100% so far. And the average is anywhere 15 to 200, 300% gaining. And that's pure share, not option. So all our summarize in the Excel. And that's why I'm saying, if you have large account, anything more than 300,000, you do not need to sit there to do zero DTE option. You can lay back, design your portfolio. Like if you have 200,000, pick 4 or 5 tickers, 5 probably, give each ticker about 50,000, and you have 3 level entries. Usually we do 1 to 4, but you come back down really extractive level, like HCA yesterday. I would buy 50-50. So you have to be flexible too. So okay, so for that kind of ticker, you watch what the weekly trend is. And I gave you example. What was that? What was that? last October, I think. Is it last October? Yeah, here, 2023. 2023 October. Oh, here. Okay, here. So, 2023 here, and I was calling Lung. We were buying FNTU like 3 times of mega tickers ETF. We were buying TQQQ and QQQ, right? And it was almost ready to go here to go long. And then the last leg down, there was a war or something went on. There was a war, and a lot of the students started questioning me, Jade, this is a downtrend. Why are we going long? Our group name is trading with trend. Why are we going long? They started questioning me. And one of the girls, I have to mute her. I have to mute her. I said, look, it's my Discord, and I trust my own analysis. And if you don't trust my analysis, you can do whatever you want, right? And I said on weekly time frame. So I'm going to draw a line so we know where to find it. On weekly, monthly time frame, this is clearly uptrend. You have low, higher low, high, higher high. Okay, it came back down. This area I call area of interest. So 60 minutes, my trend is up, and it came back down. Anything below 44.51 here in this area, I would say, okay, this is red. Why is red? That's my stop loss. And it came literally in this zone and then turned back up, right? So FNTU at the time was what, 100 some, what was FNTU price? And everybody, most people, as soon as FNTU QQ put position turned green, they thought they acted like a hot potato. They said, oh my God, I can't wait to get rid of this. And look where it went. Where it went. You could have made a 300%. They made a zero, break even, or even some may even take a stop loss. So you have to know what you're doing. I mean, I don't have to convince you. You can see this is uptrend, right? But if it breaks this pivot point, then lower is coming. But how much lower, really? People, oh my God, it's gonna go to 2,800. Okay, show me your account. If your full account trading is prepared for 2,500, I give you credit for it. And that's why I shut down all news. I shut down everyone during my trading and my analysis. I don't follow anyone because I don't want to be interfered. And here, what do you see? My God, Jade signature, right? You make the crossover here. It's never came back down. Never even look at how tiny is red candle until here. So you have to know your trend. Yeah, what you're doing. When you want to plan to enter trade and how much each ticker position, you can just go with QQQ or TQQQ. And each level you're buying how much. So this all pre-designed, nothing by. I said, I'm going there. I feel like throwing, I don't know, 500,000 in QQQ. No, nothing like that. You have to design which ticker you want to buy. So we really just bought a few. You can go back to long-term portfolio and go back to last no, October, November. we literally looking back for the absolute low. And if you did nothing, just hold those positions, you are doubling your account, right? So, but if you say, okay, I really just want to do day trading, okay, then fine, nothing wrong. This every day I give the plan, like supply demand zones and about what level going long, that's exactly our income. But it's full of noises. It's very easy to be impacted by market manipulations, like yesterday. When everybody's going long, and I was sitting there in Sam's group, I didn't say anything. I just watched the whole morning. And they're still buying, buying, buying. I'm like, God, it's dropping. It's gonna drop. Drop is coming. I don't know how many called in the middle. But anyways, so you have to know your trading purpose and then your time frame, right? Okay, now I'm going back. So how do you define trend, right? So we usually uptrend we go long, downtrend we go short. And so as a novice trader, two mistakes or three, whatever, like FOMO, like yesterday when market is at all-time high, and you know all the major events coming, our group is just taking profit, and FOMO will be buying, like chasing. Okay, can they be successful? Yes, they can. But the probability, treating this probability game. Why am I using volume profile? I gave a class the other day, right? Or anyone using Bollinger Bands. So volume profile, you have 70% chance of winning. But if you use Bollinger Bands, go long at the low bands, short at the higher bands, you have 98% winning rate. So, okay, you know what your odds are. So I personally plan everything, my life. That's just me. But if you happen to be like me, then you wouldn't want to buy after a big rally. Like we entered way early, and then we see people are chasing, like how this is gonna go to, take profit too soon. Now I just showed you an example when you take profit on day trading or so if you are like a long-term portfolio taker, like you using weekly curve, so you should have like 13 EMA on your weekly chart. That's at least what I was taught in my trading school. I went online trading academy. They said when weekly time frame first drop below 13 EMA, you exit the entire position. And then, okay, so I usually just follow my target and then so that's how I usually do it. But come loss too slow, right? I spoke to two people yesterday, at least two, three. One girl, I would feel so bad for her. She was in our group, but she lost a lot of money before she came, and that's why she joined my group. And she was here for 2 weeks. And so yesterday she said, Jade, can you refund me the money? I lost all the money and half my retirement account. I mean, the way she talked scared me. I said, can I call you? Like, I was so afraid she might kill herself. Just how the way she spoke really spoke to me. And she said, I can't do it. So I refunded her the money. She just came. And I said, look, I'm going to give you $20, go buy a lottery ticket. So I gave her $20 extra. I said, go out, buy ice cream, and use the rest of the money to buy some lottery ticket. And then shut down your trading account until she said I was making so much money just doing swing trades on shares. And then she switched to zero DDE option trade and she lost a whole bunch of cash. plus half her retirement account, and her husband doesn't know. And oh my God, and that's what I'm saying in our Discord. Say, hey, look, focusing on the swing trading, even if you have small account, you can make money easy and without stress. And often I was doing the same when I was trading future and my stop loss is about to be hit. Like what stop loss? I remove my stop loss. I cancel it because I don't want my stop loss to be. Many of us has done the same, and I was one of them. And nowadays, when I saw it's coming, I cut my stop loss right away, voluntarily. It's like a machine. I don't even feel bad, and you should come to that level too. So here, yesterday, I gave two supply zones and here we take profit here. And here is the people, no trader chasing, right? So we take profit and we watch for reversal down and to short. But unexperienced trader, oh my God, break out, chase. No. Okay, can it be successful? Yes, it can. But how much RR? Do you know how much your return reward? You have no idea where it's going, right? So we usually what we do, so I identify trend. That we said I just showed you the ES weekly chart last November how we entered. So we enter some area here. We enter this demand zone drop base rally, and come to this demand zone. We use stretch. We go long above this red candle. That's a straight reversal. That's confirmation, right? And our stop loss at the bottom here, even higher than this stop loss. We don't just enter blindly in the demand zone. We actually enter already with reversal confirmation. That's why we use supply zone, demand zone, and the strike and volume profile. We know what zones are good, what zones are not good. Because if your zone, demand zone here, you don't have a lot of volume on the volume profile, more than likely this zone is gonna fail because there's no true support. Like ticker, like candle like this is volume gap. Here is a real high volume not, but demand zone is not the same. Not all demand zone the same. So you pick the demand zones with high volume. Okay, so that's how we trade. We go long on uptrend at demand zone. We short on downtrend in supply zone. So yesterday, if you look at yesterday, it was 60 minutes is downtrend in the larger time frame, even though you break out the trend line resistance, but you still high and lower high, right? So you have the permission to short. Okay, so we always say, okay, make sure your reward risk 3 to 1, and then every professional trader tell you that. And the reason why is if you're right one time, you're wrong 3 times, you break even. So we don't want to do that. That's why our swing channel, this RR is usually almost like 10 to 1. And that's why we can grow our account. And sometimes I say, hey, I give you all the stickers, doesn't mean I'm taking every trade. There's no way I can take all the trades. And why I'm giving all the stickers? Because not everyone's portfolio built the same, right? So in my portfolio, I have some like a tech, high impact, 70%, like QQQ, SOXX, IZV, those are all tech, right? But I also have like a Caterpillar CRM, like in swing style. And I have a Home Depot, I have a Costco different sectors of S&P, right? Like I go to Costco. Do you go to Costco? I'm sure most of us go to Costco, right? And what do you see? The parking is very hard to find, right? You can't find parking. Okay, that meaning the business is good. So their membership, it will make them tons of money. So that's the business you want to go in long. I've been in Costco since like 300. That's why like okay, Costco dropped to 700. Okay, I don't care because my cost is almost negative. Well, not negative, but you keep taking profit and then your cost almost, you could make your cost go to negative. Okay, anyway, so supply zones, demand zones. So we have a few weapons. Trend, supply zone, demand zone, and volume profile to confirm which zone is good and not good. We also have volume profile to confirm, so, and then using the stretch as entry tool. That's why our success rate is so high. So what is supply demand zone? So what's the difference between support and resistance? Okay, so demand zone is one of the supports, but support doesn't mean price is gonna turn around here. So demand zone is a support where your price turning, reversing. That's called a demand zone. And so on the uptrend, we buy at the demand zone when price come back down. Because people say, when you ask people, hey, how do you make money? They say, oh, we buy low, sell high. But how do you know where is low? It's all relative term, right? We do. We do. Okay. This is the low. On weekly, monthly time frame, when price come to my demand zone, that's low. Like imagine this a t-shirt or sandals you buy in different season of the year. If you buy t-shirt in the summer, the price is gonna be here, right? It's so hot, it's very in demand. But if you buy your t-shirt in winter time, then you pay a much lower price. It's the exact same thing, and you sell it here. That's the mentality why we are buying low, sell high. And where it's high, you come to your monthly supply zone. Okay, I made enough money. Let's offload some. And when it's come back down, sometimes it takes years to come back to your entry level. Just like, I was giving the example, October 2023, the price wouldn't revisit that area for a long time unless we have a 40% cross. I mean, what is the chance for market to cross 40%? Is every 7 years. So you might not see that price for a very long time, and that's why you shouldn't let it go so easily. Unless you worry overweight, you're using margin. Then as soon as you take profit and you let some of the margin go, right? Okay, so this is same definition buyers, price turn higher at the price level demand zone. Supply sellers, price turn lower at the, it's just a resistance, but not all the resistance the same. Supply zone is when the price turns down, reversing. That's called the supply zone. Okay, so the terminologies. Base candle. So often you say me, what is a base candle? I would say drop, base, rally. Or I would say rally, base, drop. And so base candle. Those candles imply the supply demand zone are balanced. Like if you go to smaller time frame, it's just accumulation. I'll give you an example. And I've been watching Qualcomm for a long time. And this is one of my other semiconductor teachers that I've been watching. Look at this. What is this? This is the balance. Like, and then I'm measuring it. This two square are exactly the same. It's ready. I'm almost ready to go. So I'm heavy in Qualcomm too, and my price target is I forgot what it is. And of course, my TOS is not working. But if you search in the swing channel, you can find the target at least 260. I think it's higher. Anyways, so that and so we call it, and the others are potentially being accumulation. So that Qualcomm, that base telling me some big money been buying. Like if you see price not moving much. And I give you one example. So 2020, 2019, 260, thank you. 246, thank you. What was the year someone attacked the Saudi refinery? And so that I was trading crude oil. And imagine this is 15 minutes chart. Imagine this is daily, but imagine this crude oil 15 and by doing this whole day, not moving. And so I bought 8 contracts. And what downside was next week the contract gonna roll over. I'm thinking, and I couldn't switch. I was thinking, should I buy the new one or old one? So maybe I should buy 8 contracts each. But I talked myself out of it, so I just bought 8 contracts. And then Saturday, this news came. Someone attacked Saudi refinery. And oh my God, I talked to my husband and I said, oh my God, we're gonna make a fortune with these 8 contracts. He said, what happened? I said, look, so Sunday, 5 o'clock market open, right? Like 5 p.m. CST, Central Time. 4 o'clock, we turn on our computer, and I already can see a big green. I was up 60 some thousand already. And as soon as the market opened, I said, I'm out and made this 60 some thousand cash like over the weekend. And so when you see tickers like this, you need to pay attention. Something is going on. Someone is accumulating the position. So that's a base candle or base accumulation stage, you know. Okay, long leg candle. So this is the base. If like I say drop, base, rally, this demand zone, right? And sometimes we add some positions like rally, base, rally. So people said, okay, I didn't buy enough position and I want to buy more, add. So we do this sometimes too. Like the best trader is you do an initial position and you start adding, you move your stop loss up, up, up. That's how the best trader, how to do it. Okay, so this is demand zone, 2 types of different demand zones. We do a lot of this kind of trading. We don't do too many. We do sometimes, but mainly this. Supply zone, you have rally, base, drop. This rally, base, drop, right? So demand zone, drop, base, rally, base, rally, right? So now you have one supply zone, and then in the center you have drop, base, drop, right? 2 kind of supply zones. And so we mainly doing this and this a lot. We do not often. This is called a breakout, right? A lot of people. So action to take, we already said, I'm not going to waste more time. So we go long here and the stop loss here, but we always using reversal. So in the demand zone here on daily, we use 60 minutes or 30 minutes. Yeah, yes, and Q we use 5 minutes. Yes, we use 15 to make your stop loss much smaller. So okay, so probably here you're gonna take your first batch profit and move your stop loss up. And we already talked about this. So time frame, we already said high, intermediate, like high is the, we use drag to confirm, right? So this, imagine this like a reversal down, right? Reversal down. As soon as reversal down, we know, that's we use drag to confirm it's going, right? And you could well get stopped out, like saying, okay, I'm shorting here. Like you can enter and retest. We usually enter here using the strength reversal. With reversal is confirmation. Reversal, we enter here and stop loss here. So that's reversal is confirmation, right? It's confirmed. But if you just enter blindly here without the reversal confirmation, you said, okay, I'm going to short here, and I haven't even have any like demand zone here. Okay, I just set my buy here without, but if you enter here, you already have confirmation, right? You're entering at the top of the red candle. Your green candle is already going above this red candle top. So that's your confirmation. That's why we use strike. You are entering on the reversal, not just at the demand zone. You already confirm that demand zone is working. Okay, so what is curve? Curve, you really just the curve really, okay, so I'm seeing this is really daily time frame. Okay, you can go to monthly, right? Okay, monthly. So I'm seeing this price, like this is my curve. In the last, how long? From last October to here, over a year, almost a year, price has been in this range. But if you're being really strict, this should be your curve really. But we're talking monthly. Let's look at the weekly. Okay, so weekly, really, the curve has been here. So ideally, and this is trend, and then we go to daily on like it's a little bit hard to tell. It's sideways in my opinion because there's not much higher high, higher low, right? So let's get a better example. Let's say gold. Gold. So okay, I'm doing big swing trade, and so this clearly low impulse retracement. It didn't even touch here and impulse, right? So right now, what is my curve really? My curve would be somewhere here. Here is my recent price action. And I will go to weekly. Sometimes I do trend and curve in the same time, frame. If your monthly time frame is a bullish, it's up, this is gonna be up. So you watch like here. This is my demand zone is somewhere here, right? So if come back down to this level, I'm buyer, but it's so bullish. So your trend really like you want to define your trend on the weekly time frame at least. Your entries on daily. So okay, so I'm interested in something come here, and I'll be a buyer. Like I'm gonna draw a line here, and let's go to daily, see whether it can back down. It really never came back. It did. It did come back down here, but it's not after going all the way. So now the daily is so strong, you can't really, we have another daily breakout. So we have to just wait, really. Like now you come back down to this area, I'll be a buyer already too. But ideally it come back below this line give you bigger return. So that's how, and then you have another W. Usually we look for W bottom, like, or even here is a W bottom too. Okay, so it's uptrend, and if you come back to here, I'll buy. And it did. We actually went long on at I think it was 24 something a while back, and then 2500, 2540 again. So we did go long a few on the gold. If you look at the swing channel or Jade tree channel, there you can probably find some information on the gold. So basically, you really just find the trend and then find the demand zone, and then wait patiently. That's all the swing tickers we do. And here are examples, like weekly. Some like what was a recent ticker? I said I was just trying. We have a recent ticker yesterday. What ticker? Mm, I don't remember this ticker. So AMD, like this is clearly uptrend, right? In the demand zone. So anywhere price come below this level in this square, I become interested. But we don't immediately just go buy. We'll see. Like deeper retracement can come back all the way here, but it's already start going back up. Sometimes sideways. So on AMD weekly, it really, if you look at right side, it's clearly uptrend, but in larger scale, it's kind of relative, I would say, sideways, because you have a lower high, lower low, and then it's downtrending in a way you could say. But if you look like larger picture, impulse retracement, this one just come to this level. So it really depending on how like how that again going back to the time frame, like what time frame you're trading, right? So if you're a right hand trader, you said, okay, my weekly on this smaller scale is uptrend. Let's remove all the craziness. Here is uptrend, but if you look at the price action from here to here, it's downtrend, right? But if you look at larger picture, it's really uptrending. And here, just retracement to all the way back down here. So it really have a lot of like perspective how you, a lot of people would interpret this as a downtrend. But for me, I'm looking at the large picture, and this is uptrend, and here the retest of the area of interest. Therefore, I'm going long. So, okay, I hope I answered your question. I didn't get you guys all confused. So in this picture, price hasn't gone anywhere. And you can see this on ES on 60 minutes. Like price has been in this area, like this not the last week, the week before 58.50, the low, week low. Now the week low will be here, 58.08. That will be the last week low. And I'll change to this. And this will change to dotted line. Okay, so now the price has been really in this like two levels, not going much anywhere. So that's called ranging, right? So okay, that's my curve. That's my playground. Almost like two team playing soccer. You have one goal at here, one goal at there, and you attack the other side, go long, and when you come to the other gate, you attack come back short to the other side. So that's when you have a ranging market. Okay, you guys understand this? tell me you understand and you don't understand, because this is really fundamental of our trading in our group. Okay, great. And so this clearly daily is uptrend, right? So when we come back to the demand zone, drop, base, rally, right? We go long with confirmation on 60 minutes. And so that's long. Your first target is going to be here and move your stop loss up, 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 up. That's how we trade. See, this is the same example, how we entered in 60 minutes. So we enter you already, right? So reversal up, come back, retest, and we go long on 60 minutes, something like this. Like 212, 222, like 1-3 long, something like 2-2, some like the bullish reversal from demand zone. You will use this. You can use this on any time frame. That's a beauty. Once you start using this, you can see the chart so differently. That's why you don't see a lot of stuff on my chart, like a lot of indicators. Okay, so we already talked about this, and this is how you identify trend. You have 4 pivot points: low, higher, low, high, higher, high, right? So we talk about this, and this is how all the star line up, like what you should do, like in demand zone or supply zone. The price tend to returns. Yeah, price, like I always say, they always go back to the crime scene, like origin of the crime, which is here. So usually go back down to the demand zone, go back up. So entry. So that's this. They come back to the demand zone on daily, and that's how we use 60 minutes to do entry. Like a reversal up, right? Drop and reversal, go long. Or you can go long, or you can wait for the retest. Sometimes when the bullish momentum is so strong, it doesn't even come back to retest. This state is called accumulation state. And often I remember clearly it was January 2023. At the time, I think the mark, yeah, it was around 4,800 something. And everybody's calling, like even there's a guy called Ask Slim. He always does cycle analysis, and he's calling 2,400 by March. And I left a message in his YouTube video. I said, like, why? Give me a reason. And he got mad at me. He said, well, I just went through the reasons in the YouTube video. And I said, clearly, I didn't understand your analogy. Otherwise, I wouldn't have asked you why. 2,400, where? It never revisited 4,800 even. So if you listen to this rules and they say, oh my God, his YouTube video and he has a big Discord and whatever channel is, I'm gonna load up 3 times inverse ETF. How many of you guys in my Discord before you come here did exact that and lost tons of money? They bought tons of SQQQ when ES was 4,800, 4,850 October low. Anyways, so, and I was doing the same, accumulating, and I said, no, I think it's gonna go up, and then here is why, and it did go up from there. Okay, so we always give targets in the first supply zone, target 1, target 2, target 3. That's why yesterday when I give you 2 supply zones on NQ, that's for profit taking. Okay, so how do you start your day? I mean, you should know by now how I start my day. You know, I check S&P, I check whether the market is up or down, whether it's above my critical level, like which is 5860, 58.70. Okay, it's above both levels, and I know it's gonna go to 58.80 to 58.90, 59.03. I have those numbers in my head. I don't even have to look at chart. And okay, so what is all the market internal doing? I just showed you guys ADD, tick, trend, wicks. What is dollar doing? What is the gold doing? What is TNX 10 years yield doing? And what sectors are leading? And if this is a big update, I want to go with the leader. And clearly Friday, SMH, it was leading. SMH was up 1.08, and crude oil, we had a DVN MPC, and that's why I loaded 1,000 shares of AMD free market 153, and I sold it 158, but it's gonna go again. I think market next week might go up. I think on the earning. I don't know for sure, but I'm just judging from all the tactical how they look. So we're gonna have market look at Google. It's gonna go. Tesla clearly want to go. It's a little bit shy from my 275 target. Meta is ready to go. Microsoft ready to go. Amazon a little bit lower than I'd like to, but it's not the end of the world. It did this too here. It might go. And maybe it dropped a little bit lower, but we'll see whether price can get about 142 on gold. Apple, so if price comes up 231.80, 232, it's gonna go. So there's a lot of things you have to see. And if ES and NQ are rallying, and then the mega tickers are starting to turn down, like yesterday here, without them, the market is not gonna go up. So there's a lot of things you watch, but that's for day trading. So if you do big swing trading, you can ignore all this. Like we just do our swing channel, like MSCR, like we give this in when did I give this? It was on October 16th. We already went long here, and we know where the target is. So you can ignore all this. PSA, you don't care what market doing in a way like a 30 minutes, 60 minutes. Who cares? You buy it and then you drop down here, you add more, and then you hold to 377. That's more than almost 20%, right? Even if you have 10K account, you all of a sudden become 12,000, and then you take the 2,000 away and using the same 10,000 by here and get out here another 10%, and you repeat on. Okay, I'm gonna buy here and then target 167, and that's another 15%, and then you take the 15% profit out, put elsewhere, and using the same money to do overall again ZS 187, that's another 10%. That's how you do repeatedly. And no stress, literally no stress. Look at all this week after week. And I mean, no one come to dispute me. And our member can see all the stuff because we did it. Okay, so I was just going to go there. Thank you for the question. Okay. Okay, I have a spread here. It's better than okay, so let's go to my chart. I'm gonna close this one because it's always confusing. Okay. So my blue is week low, week high. Week high now is here probably. No, week high. Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Monday. Okay, so my week high is here, 59.15. This is week low, week high. Orange, the pink color is month high, month low. So, so this is last month's low, and last month's high is the 58.29. See this big green candle? And yellow one is just day range, day high, day low. Because once you have daily breakdown, you know, let's say this is a little bit hard because you have a lot of long legs. Let's, I want to see a one that like cleaner. Okay. So as soon as you have daily, let's say yesterday, we have daily breakout, right? Daily breakout. This 20428 was Thursday high, and Thursday low is 20260. And I give two targets. The first one is here. That dotted line is the previous day high, and the second target is here, and then the third target will be the, so really just the pivot highs. That's but if you have a down day, let's say here reversal down, and your demand zone is here, right? So you have rally base drop and then retest and then drop base drop. Retest usually base drop base, right? So your demand zone is here. In a good, like a really strong momentum day, you can say, okay, it's dropping here. But remember, we always say we're going to look at weekly because clearly I prepared three scenarios to prepare the August drop. If you look at the weekly newsletter in June, we already know the drop is coming. But the question is how many percent? Whether drop here, or drop here. And the drop here was a 5% and 10, and it dropped all the way here 20% because that carried trade. And we went long on Friday here, and then it dropped 150, 1,000 point more. And so my future, that's why I kept telling people, don't keep your future over weekend, because that's why we don't keep future over weekend. So on daily, your entry will be here. My horizontal line 18970. Your stop loss is here. So this is demand zone. You come back down, retest demand zone, and we use straight reversal. But we don't usually. You can we don't use daily to entry on Q. You could on QQQ because I mean your stop loss is 300 point. Who can do 300 point on Q stop loss? That's why we do it on the on sometimes 5 minutes, like say 5 minutes. Okay, I have to go back to look for my horizontal lines. Here, right? So it's my, okay, so now NQ was in that demand zone. We already go long from here. Here's our entry. And here is our stop loss. My stop loss, I always put red. And so you don't have to enter right away. You can enter here, retest. And this will be your entry here. And your stop loss will be here. And if you didn't enter it, it gave you another chance. See, our entry will be 20360 versus 20390. Some like 300 point difference, right? So that's why we use smaller time frame stretch at your entry stop loss, and you know what your target is on daily time frame. Because this uptrend, it has to at least go to here. And if you do measured move, I do a lot of measured moves, so I know roughly where it's not always accurate, but give you idea. And that's I think where NQ is gonna go. And okay, not quite there yet, but my final target is here. It could be next year, because next year our NQ is gonna change the contract and it's gonna usually add a few hundred points to it. So so we'll see. That's the entry stop loss and yellow, green, red lines. Okay, did I answer your question? I want to spend as much time as needed to talk about the most basics, because this is really the meat of the whole thing. Okay, did you understand? Did I explain right? Give me in the chat, yes, no. Fortis? Okay. You can release, this is recorded. I'll put the recordings in. So for the short yesterday, here is your shorting entry. Here is your stop loss. And you know you don't have good support until here. So that's like a 200 point run. This is red, your stop loss. See how beautiful that is. If you did a full contract NQ, 200 points multiplied 20, you made $4,000. And that's why I said different assets for different personality. Some people, like my teacher at Online Trading Academy, he just trade crude oil and QQQs, nothing else. And I remember one day we were doing class and pre-market, and he made 70,000. I said, I want to do that. So anyway, so long story short, in the future, I think we should focus on more swing trades. You get less chopped out and much more in favor with RR reward and especially if you have larger account shares. I mean, it doesn't matter what account you have, even you have $5,000, you can still do ticker swing trade. You just don't buy as much share, but your growth is the same. Let's say if you have, I don't know, $5,000 in your account, and you bought, what was that yesterday? I called out NEE, right? So I called out NEE yesterday. You enter here, and you acted here, that's 10%. Yes, I'm very consistent. All the lines are green for entries, red for stop loss. And sometimes if you see me have red, like this, that's resistance. Like in the middle of the chart at the supply zone, that's resistance here. Resistance, resistance. White color is my target. So my target is final target 59.32. So anyway, so yellow, day high, day low. Pink, month high, month low. You don't use that often, but you do use it. Blue is a week high, week low. And the dotted line is the previous week high, week low. Sometimes I put something like that. And so this is the key level I watch. And so usually in the morning, in the planning channel, you have to pull the chart out, put the level on your chart, and say, okay, Jay said drop below 58, like here, there is no really strong support until 58.60. But those are all in the middle. The price always go to look for fresh zones. So the fresh zone I was looking at 58.29 with the last, like the previous month high, served as support once. So it's come back to demand zone, right? This is area of interest. Come back to the demand zone and reversal up. You can go long. A lot of times in our Discord, I say, hey, put short. That's a reversal strat, right? Rally base drop. And I'll say buy put. And sometimes I use strike to really the target strike becomes cheaper. So that's exactly why I called what strike at the time of shorting it. And at here, I said 58.60, 58.70 is very important. And above this, there's really not much resistance. And 58.88, why is 58.88? Is here, 58.88. The supply zone here, red, right? That was supply zone given. And yeah, it didn't get over that supply zone and turn back down. See here, M off and a bigger reversal down. Okay, so did you understand? Okay, good. That's basically what my trading analogy is. Like depending, the most important thing is knowing yourself. And most people fail that, sometimes including me. Even now, after all these years, and I'm teaching and you know, but you have to follow your risk management. No one can be 100% right, but just knowing when you're wrong, you have to be honest with yourself. Say, I'm wrong. I'm gonna cut this and then move on. Not holding down to the like see this, the option trading we done put on, and on a big up day like QQQ. So call we did from here, and we did the lead call, $20 to $28. That's how many? That's 40%, right? On an up day like this, you cut some losses from the previous option. Okay, it's okay, right? And then I called out 20, a little spotty here, $47. It went to 334. 47 to 3 something. Can you cut some losses on the other trees? Absolutely, right? I mean, this is how many percent? And so anyways, just really the most important and the most difficult, challenging part is you. Often you are the problem. You is including me. We are the most weak link because we have emotions, right? And a lot of times, like on Wall Street, you have people making plan. Like I have the plan and there, but someone else do the trading. So I tell my husband, I say, hey, look, why don't you just trade for me? Just do. I said, buy GS, buy ARM at one level, and then set limit order. Can I do that? Yes, I can. I can do it. But I always do it with emotion, right? Because it's my account and I'm watching it. Green, red, red, green every minute. And that's why I suggest to do just large swing trading, cut out the smaller time frame, like 5, 15 minutes. I mean, you could make money, but it's not without stress. So depending whether you want the money work for you or you work for the money. So like this week when we do that big swing trade like that, but you have to go in heavy, scale in. You have to have the ability to execute. But if you don't have that ability to execute, you bought one QQQ call. Okay, you made $800. Is it good money? Yes, it is good money. But is it gonna make your account grow like crazy? No. So how do you scale? How many percent? Those things you are the one having the answer. I don't have answers for you because I don't know your account size and I don't know your risk management, how many percent you're willing to take, all that stuff, right? I can lose 100,000. Okay. Do I feel hurt? Yes, I do. I'm human too. Taking 4,000 stop loss, I feel hurt. But it is what it is, right? On a good day, we trade like that. We bought NDX calls, we bought a QQQ calls. I called out every trade live. I said I added Futu. Futu went up over $5. And I bought SAIA at 395. It wouldn't do 470. I got out for 405. I kicked myself in the butt the whole day. 200 shares. And I made 2,000. And then it went to 470. I should make 15,000. And I told you I bought AM Adobe and took profit on QQQ, all that call. So I called everything live. They're in my Discord. I'm very transparent. Everything on my weekly newsletter, I gave you my thinking process. Why I think what is happening, this is happening. Like yesterday, I explained why I shorted. And so anyway, I think that's enough, right? Almost 2 hours. I hope this helped you guys. I mean, this been talked in Chinese, in English multiple times, many times. And that's why we don't have all the students here. But it's really good to go back to the most basics. Trading is very simple. Human made it complex. So buy low, sell high. Where do you find the low? Okay, we're talking about trend, zone, entry, and then find the most. We always have good ticker. All the tickers in our channel, mostly we check their financials, fundamentals, the balance sheet statement, the free cash flow. Are they making money? What are their EPS? What are their EOA? What is debt to equity ratio? We vetted everything on the sticker before given. So that's why I'm spending hours and hours in front of chart, in front of computer. And anyway, that's it. I hope it's helping you. And you're more than welcome to suggest anything you want to learn, as I'm learning every day too. All right. Have any more questions? All right. No problem. I hope it's helping and okay. Um, this will be recorded and it will be in the class recording channel and also on our YouTube channel. Okay. All right. Bye. See you on Monday. We do have market recap tonight. Bye at 8.